Hey guys, it's Spoonie, and I wanted to share my collection of old Mad magazines with you. Now, before I begin, I just want to give you a little personal history I have with the magazine. I was actually introduced to Cracked magazine first by some older cousins in the early 90s. Being a sarcastic kid, these things hooked me immediately. For me, and I think a lot of people growing up, this was almost like a counterculture magazine. It definitely felt like something your parents didn't want you to read, trash that rots your brain. Anyway, I had a bunch of old Cracked magazines and Mad magazines, and unfortunately, I did not take care of them. They kind of disintegrated. I was really young, so I didn't think too much of it, but looking back now, obviously, I kind of wish I had preserved them better. Anyways, this is one of the earliest surviving issues I still have. It's issue number 379. I think this is the first issue where they started to run the Monroe series that ran for, I think, almost a decade. This is a pretty 90s looking cover. Yo-yos aren't exclusive to the 90s. They've been trying to sell that crap to kids for decades. But in the 90s, we had fancy chrome, glow-in-the-dark, and see-through ones. And the For Dummies books, I mean, it's basically been replaced by Wikipedia and Google. They basically had books covering everything from specific types of software to, I think, home improvement and how to learn languages and stuff. Now, this is also a time when Mad was still basically ad free. The only ads they had in the magazine were for either their own stuff or fake ads. As you can see just on the back here, it's a bonus Spy versus Spy strip. Now I'm jumping ahead a bit to issue number 440. I mean, the cover kind of encapsulates everything that was going on at the time. American Idol, the third Lord of the Rings movie, The Apprentice with Donald Trump. Unfortunately, by this point, they were starting to run some ads. As you can see, this is for WWE Raw. Next one is issue 441. Obviously, the cover story is making fun of Alias. You can see the Alfred face in the Gunsmoke. This is Mad issue 444. Obviously, they're taking a shot at Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. Next is issue number 450, the Superb Owl issue. The next issue is number 451, and obviously the cover image is of the Keanu Reeves Constantine movie. In the movie, he had these like half a sigil on each forearm, so when he slammed them together, it activated something. Next is 453. This is the cover story here is Lost. Next is issue number 454, which is taking a shot at Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. This is also where they did their Batman Begins spoof, but Star Wars was a much bigger deal at the time, so it got the cover story. Next is issue 457 with a cover feature on video games. There's also a helpful feature here to help you decide whether you want to join a street gang. Next is issue 458, and obviously they're spoofing on Family Guy, calling it TV's most original animated series, but at the same time drawing them in the style of The Simpsons. This is issue 459, and the cover image is from the Peter Jackson King Kong. Next is number 460, and as you can see, Harry Potter again. The cover acknowledges that they keep going back to this well to milk this franchise. This is issue 461, and it's their 20 dumbest people, events, and things of the past year. They're also going after Tom Cruise because that was his couch jumping days. Dave Chappelle for walking away from Chappelle's show and that $50 million contract. Lindsay Lohan, who was just a mess at the time. Next is issue 468. It's absurd. It's a shame. It's another idiotic issue of Mad. And this is their Superman Returns spoof. Next is issue number 470, and it's a My Name is Earl spoof. And the Monroe feature returns, although I believe it is not being drawn by the original creator, Bill Ray. This is Mad issue 471, and I mean, there's not much to say about this. This is issue number 472, and it's obviously making fun of that very staged family photo that Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes took with their baby Suri. This is issue 477, and it's Mad Salute to Global Warming. This is issue 473, and this is the 20 Dumbest People, Events, and Things of 2006. The cover story is a reference to the fact that at the time Vice President Dick Cheney was out supposedly hunting with somebody and shot him in the face. Next is issue 487. Obviously, it's Alfred as the Che Guevara. I don't know if there's a reason for this. And you can see here 10 Pulitzer-winning cartoonists take on Bush. That was something that Mad was always good at, getting like high-profile artists and stuff to work for their magazine. Number 496, The Rise and Fall of a Rap Star. This is clearly Lil Wayne with the Alfred chain. This is issue 497, which is their 20 Dumbest People, Events, and Things of 2008. And the cover is obviously Alfred dressed as the Heath Ledger Joker from the Batman movie, but you can see there's also burning copies of the Amy Winehouse CD. This is issue 499, and the cover story is obviously a spoof on the Watchmen movie, which was out at the time. And it's Who Wants to Watch the Watchmen? And then we get to issue number 500, which they proclaim to be their greatest issue ever. And that's likely due to the expose on man boobs. This is issue 513, The 20 Dumbest People, Events, and Things of 2011. And this is a spoof on that Nirvana album cover, only they've put Barack Obama's face on the baby swimming after the money. Issue 521 features the true Game of Thrones. And as you can see, man boob feature makes a return. This is issue number 523, and it's their special War on Privacy issue. This is issue 524 with a cover story on Duck Dynasty. This is also where they have their spoof of the Zack Snyder Man of Steel movie. This is issue number 527, their special Head of the Class issue. This is issue 531, The 20 Dumbest People, Events, and Things of 2014. You might be noticing a pattern by now. This is issue 532, and the cover story is about that first Disney Star Wars movie that people were excited for. If only we knew. This is issue 533, and Weird Al was actually the editor for this issue. This is issue 535. It's based off the Mad Max Fury Road, and it's Hillary's Furious Road to the White House. Issue 536, and they're talking about MasterChef Junior. This is issue 537, The 20 Dumbest People, Events, and Things of 2015. Guess who's number one? This marked the beginning of the end for me for buying Mad Magazine, because I know there's always been like political humor and stuff in it, but they just got so focused on Trump, like complete TDS, to the point that, here, I'll show you. This is issue 539. First of all, they're making fun of supposed to be stress-reducing adult coloring books, but this obviously is highly detailed background. And there we go, Trump Mania. Issue 540, yet another Trump thing. Issue 544, which is covering the Fantastic Beasts movie. But no Trump in this issue. Look closer. Believe us, we really, really wish there was no Trump in this issue. And that's the last of my regular Mad magazines. This is one of the special collector's edition Mad magazine things that just sits on newsstand shelves for weeks at a time. It's the 100 Dumbest People, Events, and Things of the Century so far. So as you can see on the back here, it's really only about a dozen issues. And it's covering a highlight of things throughout those years. This is a spin-off publication that they ran for, I think, about a dozen issues or so, Mad Kids. As you can see here, we got Wallace and Vomit on the cover. Some of this stuff was actually reused from the main Mad publication, although a lot of it was original creations because they did need stuff that was more appropriate for children. Here is Mad Color Classics number 11. This was basically just reprinting stuff, but in color. This is Mad Classics issue number 1, which is the very best of the worst stuff from past issues. So what they started doing was just reprinting some of the more popular and successful features of the last few decades. Obviously, the cover on this one is their Harry Potter issue. This is Mad Classics number 2. Now, the cover does highlight Spy vs. Spy, and you can see there's 17 pages of it. This is Mad Classics number 3. Obviously, it's a Halloween-focused issue. They're reprinting some of their spoofs of famous horror movies. This is Mad Classics number 4, the special King Kong issue, because the Peter Jackson King Kong movie had recently come out, so they wanted to show their previous spoofs they'd done. This is issue number 5, which is the 2005 yearbook, and it's showing off some of their more popular stories of the last year. And as you can see based off the cover, we got some Lost in here, Desperate Housewives, there's George Lucas. This is issue number 6, which features a very acne-laden Alfred on the cover. This is issue number 7, and you've got Alfred dressed as the Hugh Jackman Wolverine. This is issue number 8, their summer blockbuster issue. Superman Returns was coming out at the time, and that's why they're reprinting these particular stories. This is issue number 9, and they're very clearly taking shots at the legacy of MTV. This is issue number 10, and you can see very clearly something went wrong on the evolutionary chain. This is issue 11, which is obviously another fall/Halloween themed issue. This is issue number 12, which is a holiday issue. Issue number 13, which is the 2006 yearbook, which they're just reprinting some of their better stuff over the last year. This is number 14, and it shipped in the month of April, so there's your cover explanation. Issue number 15, which is yet another summer blockbuster issue. Obviously, there was some kind of Shrek or related spin-off coming out at the time to inspire them to reprint. Issue number 16, which just has a weird image. This is issue 18, and they're taking a shot at corny movies, and the image is, obviously, he has the gap tooth, so he ate all the corn except for that one row. This is issue 19. It's another fall issue. This is issue number 20 with a spotlight on legendary Mad artist Don Martin. This is issue 21, and it's helping you brush up on their spoofs. And much like the corn-eating one, you've got the toothbrush with the gap because he's missing the tooth. This is issue 22, and they're obviously spoofing the Olympics that were going on at the time. Issue 23, which was another fall issue. Issue number 24, which is Flush with Stupidity. And issue number 25, the Bros Before Hoes issue. Now, at some point shortly after this, they actually rebranded the magazine. Because jumping up to issue number 30, the series has been renamed Mad XL. Now, this is obviously their Halloween issue with Alfred as the pumpkin. So this is Mad XL issue 31, which is obviously their holiday special. This is issue number 32. Obviously, the cover shows you they're reprinting the Pimp My Ride stuff, but you've also got the Seinfeld and Fresh Prince parodies in here. This is issue 33, and episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, had just come out, so that's why they're reprinting their Star Wars stuff here. And finally, Mad XL issue number 34. Again, this would be probably around the time that Heath Ledger Batman movie came out, so hence they're reprinting their Batman stuff. Anyways, that's it for this one. Thanks for taking a look at these with me. If you guys want me to highlight any particular issue, show off the interiors or anything, please leave a comment. Otherwise, I hope you'll keep watching, and I'll see you in the next one.